JVD Studios back again with another video. It has been a long while, guys. And I apologize for that. I really do. It's been a lot of stuff going on lately in my life, personally, that I have to ultimately take care of. I finally got all that settled, and now I can do this. And this is a video that a friend of mine requested me to do. At Bound for Glory, this past weekend, we saw a video vignette at the end, and it was made clear by Scott D'Amore that Impact Wrestling is retaking the name of TNA, Total Nonstop Action. For me, this is huge news in wrestling. Huge. Now, the reason why I'm saying that it's huge, I grew up with TNA back in 2005. Senior year of high school. And I would always watch FSN, or FS1, whatever it was. I think it was FSN at the time. And would watch on Wednesday nights, or Wednesday afternoons, Impact Wrestling. I would watch it and see guys like Jeff Jarrett, Christian Cage, Sting when he came into the company, Jay Lethal, Kaz, all those guys that we know from Impact back in the day, still doing stuff then. And it's amazing to see because back when it started, it was known as NWA TNA. And they followed under the National Wrestling Alliance's banner. So they used the 10 pounds of gold. They used their own version of the X Division title, which was just a gold center plate with the NWA TNA logo, and then just a giant red letter X with the word title underneath. Interesting title design. One of my kind of weird ones, but still a good one. And after they disbanded with the NWA, they had their own belts. And I actually used to own one of the belts, that being the TNA Wildcat version 2, that I got at a show at the Tower Theater years ago. I no longer have that belt. I kind of want it back. But I digress. But you have people who made that company. Like I said, Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles, Jerry Lynn. That's a name you haven't probably heard of since ECW. Jerry Lynn. Who else? R-Truth, Ron Killings. I'm going to say it even though I don't like saying it, because he was part writer at the time. Vince Russo. Still want to hit him with a bus. Don't ask. But then you have that entire idea starting in Nashville with a 4-sided ring. Then, several years later, it moves to Orlando, to Universal Studios inside a studio, and it was called the Impact Zone. That's where a lot of stuff happened. The ring became a 6-sided ring. You had guys like Team 3D. You had AMW. You had Team Canada. You had a lot of other people, like Abyss, in that area. And you had two very, very talented commentators. The Professor, Mike Tenay, who was in WCW, went there. And the late, great Don West, who originally started as a home shopping personality. He was from a shop at home channel, and he was doing sports cards and sports memorabilia. Now, the funny thing about all that, his first year or two didn't go as well as it planned, but he learned the business. He learned the moves. He learned everything he needed to learn. And it became just such great television. And I've stuck with Impact for a while. Then it moved to where Dixie Carter, well, not Dixie Carter, but Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff started. And one of the first changes they did was got rid of the six-sided ring. Bad decision. I mean, I'm shooting this on Wednesday, by the way, and right now on Wednesday night, AEW is down in Philly at the Liacouras Center, a building I know very well, for AEW Dynamite. I'm shooting this on a Wednesday, you know. But the Liacouras Center also hosted 2 major events in TNA. Lockdown and Bound for Glory. And I was at both shows. I made it to both shows. But when Bischoff and Hogan came in, they chopped it from a 6 to a 4-sided ring. It's been that way ever since. And then they dealt with a lot of different things like aces and eights, the MEM, all that weird crap. Dixie Carter came in, had something going okay, and then got put through a table right at her end. Anthem took over, and Anthem went back to a 6-sided ring for a little bit. Then stuff happened, brought it back down to a 4-sided ring. Now, a lot of the superstars in Impact can tell you, 6-sided rings hurt like hell. AJ Styles specifically said that too on Table for 3, which is on the WWE Network. But now they're bringing back the TNA moniker, which I think overall is a great idea. It's going to be a time. Scott D'Amore said it. You guys, no matter what arena we're in, you guys constantly go TNA. TNA. Those chants. And they never left. They stuck with the superstars and the fans. And they want to come back. So they're going to go back to their name of TNA Wrestling. Huge, huge idea. They're bringing back in the day stuff back into the mainstream spotlight. They're going to go ahead and rock it with that. Now, this is going to start at in 2024 in January. The first pay-per-view to come out under the new-ish idea and back under the TNA banner will be, I'm not going to say Impact anymore. It's going to be interesting. TNA Hard to Kill. That is the first pay-per-view that TNA banner will be used again. And there'll be another TNA event the next day following, which I think is exclusive. So you'll need like Impact Plus or Fight TV or something like that. Excuse me. To get that back. But, you know, I just remember everything from TNA. You know, my first time seeing an Ultimate X match, Elevation X, 6-sided ring, LAX a tag team, you know, Beer Bunny, and, you know, Feast or Fired, which they did on the 1000th episode of Impact Wrestling. You know, the Knockouts division, you know, with Tara and Velvet Sky and, you know, Angelina Love, you know, the Beautiful People, and Winter, or as Putnam used to say, Winter, which was still great. By the way, we are making plans about bringing back the Rewind. I'll give you more details when that happens. And a whole lot more from TNA, though. A lot. And I cannot wait to see. The only thing I would ask is if TNA would go one time under the TNA banner in 2024 to give us a TNA Impact Wrestling taping that featured Tom Hannafin. And as much as I like the formerly known superstar known as Aiden English, I can't quite fully remember his name. Don't kill me for it. But if you do know it, put it in the comments section. I'd appreciate that. Maybe bring back, for an episode or two, Mike Tenay. I would like to see Mike Tenay again. I miss him. He was one of my favorites. Now I'm hoping, if they feel lucky enough to want to try this, and God knows I'm crazy for saying it, if they want to try to bring out a video game, they can have a chance to do it. However, the downside is they'll be always remembered about the original TNA game that came out that, in my personal opinion, sucked. That's just me, though. That's just me. But, like I said, this is huge. Huge idea that in 2024, Impact Wrestling is going back to TNA. I just love it. I think it's a great idea. I want to know what you guys think, though. What do you think? Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Do you agree with what Scott D'Amore's talking about and what Anthem is technically doing? Because all this, everyone's thinking this is what the superstars are doing themselves. No, this is what Anthem thought. Anthem thought to go back to the name of TNA. I think it's a great idea. They just helped out Impact a ton. They really did. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Of course, be sure to like this video and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell and put all settings to all videos, because that way every time I drop a video, you'll be the first to get that. The 27th, Friday, Blue for Battle Spirits is coming out. Hopefully I'll bring my camera, or I'll have it set up here to where I can do that for you. Thanks again for watching. I love you guys. Keeping it real. It's just been a hell of a week. I'm glad to be back in front of the camera doing vids. And I'll see you for the next one. Ciao for now.